Jack Ma, born Ma Yun, is a Chinese business magnate, investor, and philanthropist who rose from humble beginnings to become one of the most influential entrepreneurs in the world. He is best known as the co-founder and former executive chairman of Alibaba Group, a multinational conglomerate specializing in e-commerce, retail, internet, and technology. His story is a testament to perseverance, vision, and the power of the internet to reshape global commerce. Early life and education. Jack Ma was born on September 10, 1964, in Hangzhou, Zhejiang Province, China. His parents were traditional Chinese musicians and storytellers, and the family lived a modest life. During his childhood, China was still relatively closed off from the Western world, and foreign exposure was rare. However, Ma's curiosity about the outside world, particularly the English language, shaped much of his early development. As a teenager, Ma was determined to learn English. He would ride his bicycle 17 miles each day to a hotel in Hangzhou that catered to foreign tourists, offering free tours in exchange for English conversation. One of the foreigners he befriended even gave him the nickname Jack. This exposure helped him develop not only language skills but also a broader worldview that would later influence his business ideas. Despite his tenacity, Ma faced many academic setbacks. He failed the Chinese university entrance exam twice before finally passing on his third attempt and enrolling at Hangzhou Normal University. He graduated in 1988 with a degree in English and went on to become a lecturer in English and international trade at the Hangzhou Dianzi University. Early career and introduction to the internet. After graduation, Jack Ma applied for dozens of jobs and faced numerous rejections, including one from KFC. Eventually, he secured a teaching job. Although the position provided stability, Ma had greater ambitions. Delegation. During that trip, he was introduced to the internet for the first time. He searched for beer online and noticed that no Chinese beers appeared in the results. This observation sparked a realization about the potential of the internet in China, a country where the digital infrastructure was still in its infancy. Inspired, Ma started his first internet-based business, China Pages, a directory of Chinese companies and products. Despite its early promise, the venture struggled due to limited internet access and lack of funding. Nevertheless, the experience reinforced Ma's belief in the future of online commerce. Founding Alibaba in 1999, Ma gathered 17 friends in his apartment and pitched them his vision for a global online marketplace. With an initial investment of $60,000, they launched Alibaba.com, a platform designed to connect Chinese manufacturers with overseas buyers. At the time, skepticism was high. Internet penetration in China was low, and e-commerce was virtually unknown. Yet Ma's vision was bold: to make it easy for small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, to do business online. Unlike other startups focused on big corporate clients, Alibaba targeted small businesses, which were largely ignored by traditional trade networks. The company faced intense competition, including from eBay, which had entered the Chinese market. However, Ma's emphasis on local knowledge, customer service, and a user-friendly platform gave Alibaba a competitive edge. In 2003, Alibaba launched Taobao, a consumer-to-consumer, C2C, platform to compete with eBay in China. Using strategies like free listings and improved user experience, Taobao quickly gained popularity. By 2006, eBay had largely retreated from the Chinese market, ceding victory to Alibaba. In 2004, Ma introduced Alipay, a third-party online payment system designed to build trust between buyers and sellers. Although it faced regulatory hurdles, Alipay became a critical piece of China's e-commerce infrastructure and eventually evolved into Ant Group, a fintech giant. Global expansion and IPO. Alibaba continued to grow rapidly throughout the 2000s and early 2010s. In 2014, the company made headlines with its initial public offering IPO on the New York Stock Exchange, raising $25 billion, the largest IPO in history at the time. This event not only solidified Alibaba's position as a global tech giant, but also catapulted Jack Ma into the international spotlight. The IPO made Ma the richest person in China, with a net worth that fluctuated between $20 billion and $40 billion in the following years. However, Ma often emphasized that his wealth was a byproduct of the value Alibaba created for its customers employees, and shareholders. Leadership style and philosophy. Jack Ma's leadership style is often described as unconventional, charismatic, and visionary. Unlike many tech leaders with backgrounds in engineering or finance, Ma's strengths lay in communication, storytelling, and strategic thinking. He frequently drew inspiration from martial arts, Chinese philosophy, and pop culture. In fact, he once starred in a kung fu short film, showcasing his fondness for blending business with entertainment. Ma believed in empowering employees and customers, fostering a culture of resilience, and embracing failure as a step toward success. He often reminded his team, "Today is hard, tomorrow will be worse, but the day after tomorrow will be sunshine." His speeches were often motivational, drawing large crowds both in China and abroad. He emphasized values like optimism, persistence, customer focus, and long-term thinking. These principles helped Alibaba weather economic downturns, tech disruptions, and regulatory challenges. Retirement and philanthropy. In September 2019, on his 55th birthday, Jack Ma stepped down as Alibaba's executive chairman, handing over the reins to CEO Daniel Zhang. The move was seen as a rare example of a Chinese entrepreneur successfully planning a leadership transition. Ma stated that he wanted to return to education and philanthropy, areas he had always been passionate about. Through the Jack Ma Foundation, he has supported numerous causes including rural education, entrepreneurship, environmental protection, and public health. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the foundation donated millions of masks and medical supplies to countries around the world, reflecting Ma's global approach to philanthropy. Controversies and government scrutiny. Despite his enormous success, Jack Ma's career has not been without controversy. In 2020, shortly before the planned IPO of Ant Group, Ma made critical comments about China's financial regulatory system. The speech reportedly drew the ire of government authorities. Shortly thereafter, Ant Group's IPO, which was expected to raise over $30 billion, was abruptly suspended by Chinese regulators. This event marked a turning point. Jack Ma largely disappeared from public view for several months, fueling speculation and concern. Although he later reappeared and insisted he was simply laying low, the incident highlighted the growing tension between private tech giants and the Chinese government. In the following years, Beijing increased regulatory pressure on major tech firms, including Alibaba, reshaping the business landscape Ma had helped to build. Legacy and impact. Jack Ma's legacy is multifaceted. He is credited with transforming Chinese e-commerce, empowering millions of small businesses, and showing that homegrown tech companies could thrive on the global stage. His life story is a modern parable of overcoming adversity, thinking differently, and leading with purpose. Alibaba's platforms, Alibaba.com, Taobao, Tmall, Alipay, and more, have reshaped how Chinese consumers shop and how businesses operate. The company also played a pivotal role in the development of logistics, cloud computing, through Alibaba Cloud, and mobile payments in China. Beyond commerce, Ma's story inspired a generation of entrepreneurs, particularly in developing countries, where access to capital and opportunity often remains limited. His message, that big dreams can be achieved with hard work and perseverance, continues to resonate around the world. Conclusion. From a struggling student who couldn't get a job at KFC to the founder of one of the most powerful tech companies in the world, Jack Ma's journey is as unlikely as it is inspiring. He defied the odds, challenged conventional wisdom, and built a legacy that extends beyond business. Even as he steps away from the corporate spotlight, Jack Ma's influence endures, not only in the digital economy he helped shape, but also in the values of grit, innovation, and optimism that define his remarkable life story.